Yo, what's up, guys? I thought I'd make a quick update video here. It's been a couple days since I recorded, so I thought I'd pick the camera up and just share a little bit about what I've been up to. So, the last video, I was using ChatGPT and thinking through what's the most valuable use of time, where to start, just in general, what's a great place to start. And what I came to was a collection of ideas I grouped together as self-awareness. So becoming more aware of personality, personal strengths and values, as well as preferences. And so in that video, I used ChatGPT, like I said, and just brainstormed and just wrote down a lot of things. Since then, I've reflected on some of those questions that I came up with. What excites me? When have I felt successful? When have I felt fulfilled? What was I doing? As well as the inverse. When have I felt unfulfilled? When have I felt like I'm failing or doing poorly? What was I doing? I reflected on some of those ideas, those questions. I've talked to one of my close friends about what he thinks my personal values and strengths are, and I shared what I thought his personal values and strengths were as well. I've also become aware, just from posing those questions, more about my emotional states, what ideas, what activities get me excited, and which ones I feel more repelled from. But yeah, so one of the days I decided, hey, I'm in the mood for reading. I haven't read anything in a little bit, so I looked up on ChatGPT, top books on self-awareness. It gave me a list of 12 books. I then went on Google, did the same, and cross-referenced, and ultimately decided on this book called, The Power of Now by an author named Eckhart Tolle. It's a very interesting book. It's not exactly what I expected. Maybe I'll finish reading that book and make a separate video on my recap or review or what I gained from that book. But it's a very interesting book. Very, I don't know how else to describe it, but out there for most people. It's a spiritual book in a lot of ways. It's a book about enlightenment. And it's a lot about the mind and the ego, identification, ego death, and how to achieve real peace, joy, love here in this life, how to become enlightened essentially. And it's all about being present and actually turning the mind off. Really out there ideas I really haven't thought about much before. Super interesting though. So in a less direct way, I'm getting more information on that personality, that self-awareness. It's a different type of self-awareness that I wasn't really expecting, but open to. Anyway, back to the self-awareness though. I've also taken many personality assessments since my last video. I've taken 2 of the big 5 personality assessments. I've taken the Holland Code, I believe it's called, and I've taken the Clifton Strengths assessment. I've also got another assessment that I've purchased, just haven't taken yet. I think it's called the Hogan Personality Index or something like that. Anyway, taking a lot of those, probably going to take a lot more. And those personality assessments are really helpful in getting a general picture of what my natural preferences are, what my natural inclinations are, ideas, how I view the worldview right now. And those things change all the time. I've taken the Clifton Strengths test before in the past. Maybe this might be my 3rd time, and they change every time. So most of these personality assessments are dynamic and they change with you. Some are more set in stone and have less change over time. I'm interested in both. Anyway, that's what I've been doing with the self-awareness stuff. Very valuable stuff, I think. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I want to finish this book up and continue moving on, take some more personality assessments, but move on to the next subject I want to explore. And I'll definitely return to self-awareness at some point, but I want to keep moving with this idea of minimum viable product, get the most valuable information, the majority of it, before diminishing returns, and then move on to the next thing. So there's a lot of things that are going on in my head for the next phase. Problem solving, maybe a book on problem solving, some just thinking on problem solving, stuff like that, as well as communication, so I can articulate my ideas and get them across better on these videos. I think that's one of the best ways I can improve these videos, is becoming a better communicator. Confidence, that's another way. I mean, right now, I'm seeking confidence as a major priority. It's a major value of mine. I think confidence feels amazing. The more I have, the better I feel. And I'm trying to figure out what confidence is and where it comes from. I think a lot of it comes from doing the things you think you should do, especially when they're difficult. I think a lot of confidence comes from that. So anyway, those are just other major things I want to look into. Potentially, there's another idea of this thing called systems engineering, this type of engineering, designing systems, maybe neuroscience. There's just so many things I could do. So I don't want to get too bogged down and paralysis by analysis or information overload. As of now, I'm working on self-awareness, and that's that. But before I end this video, I just want to talk a little bit more about my goals, what I'm doing to achieve them, what I've been prioritizing, and what I want out of the future of this channel, and what I see the future as for this channel. So first of all, what am I prioritizing right now and my goals? So one of my goals was to build a Greek god physique, and that's just a facetious way of saying building a stronger, more balanced, more aesthetic, healthier body. So I've really been prioritizing working out. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I don't do anything. I just wake up and I don't really do anything until I hit the gym. Don't listen to music, don't do anything until I'm done with the gym. And then I feel like, I've got the most important thing, the biggest thing out of the way, or not even out of the way, just completed. I've been finding a lot more enjoyment out of working out and building a stronger mind-muscle connection, getting stronger, feeling better. So that's a major priority. Another major priority that I've been implementing into my daily routine, even though it's very fluid at this point, is meditation. And there's so many benefits of meditation from so many different perspectives and so many different views. They all, whether it's spiritual, whether it's for focus, whether it's for calm, whether it's for stress reduction, stress management. There's so many, or self-awareness too. There's so many benefits of meditation. It's one of those massive things that I think is so valuable and such a great use of time. Creativity, problem solving. It seems like everything, you benefit in so many ways from meditation. So working out, meditating, those are major. Been reading more often now since I'm reading The Power of Now, like I mentioned earlier. I used to think that was like the most important habit. Now I see working out and meditation above reading. Reading is still up there as one of those super valuable habits. And the fourth one I'm really prioritizing is journaling and writing. Becoming just a clearer thinker, thinking more clearly, getting my thoughts down on paper, becoming more self-aware that way. I think it's so powerful. Writing, I think it's more powerful than reading. But when you combine them both, supercharge it. So those are my priorities right now. As far as income goes, because one of those goals is to get my own house, I really want to get my own place to live. It's a massive priority right now, but I'm just brainstorming currently how I can make that money to get a house. And I know the plan was to come back and work on my beach raking business that I built in high school, but it's not as simple as I thought it would be. I came back, well, really, when I built the business, it was a completely open market. I put out flyers, and I just snatched up clients as easy as that. I got as many as I could handle. But now I come back and, this guy's doing it, this guy's doing it, this neighbor's doing it, that kid's doing it, this business is doing it. The market got, it's almost like I built the market, left the market, and then the market was open, and it got filled in by all these random competitors. So it's really a lot more competitive than I would have expected. But there's still hope for me growing that business to some extent. It's not something I want to pursue indefinitely or grow to a point of, no limit or no foreseeable end. It's really just an end to getting my own place so that I can continue with my personal projects. And with all this personality assessments and self-awareness that I've been working on, it really seems like this YouTube channel, if I can find some way to make money from it, is the perfect fit because it's such a dynamic career. I can really do whatever I want, and I change rapidly. I go through new evolutions, new iterations of my mind and my personality and what my projects and goals are. And I think I could really benefit or make the most out of my career through something like YouTube, where I can do whatever I want on my own schedule, pursue my own things, and be as creative and dynamic as I want. It really offers infinite possibility compared to any other career. So I'd love to figure out how to make income from this, but I really wanted to make it my own thing. I don't want to just do what everyone else or everyone else does. I don't want to follow someone else's path. I don't want to force it. I want to let it come naturally to some extent. I don't want to force it. I want it to be my own thing. I want to discover my style and my own videos and be myself and have a personal brand, because there's so many reasons, but just from the point of view of a business, look at the beach care business I built. I built it, right? And there's always competitors and imitators just right around the corner. And if you let up on even your own creation or your business, those competitors are going to be willing to swoop in for less profit and take your spot. But with a personal brand and a personal channel, there really isn't any competition. There is indirectly, but you can't be me better than I can be me. You can't be yourself. You can't be me better than I can be me, right? That's how it works. So really developing my own video and my own creation and my own business and direction and everything, you can't compete with it because it's one of one, and that's what I want this channel to be. And there's so much potential here. There's so many different projects I want to pursue that I can't seem to pursue in one career. I want to learn a lot more about health and the body and the brain. I want to learn a lot more about design and interior design and architecture and environmental design, and how the air that we breathe affects how we think and behave, and how the water we drink affects how we think and behave. I want to do a lot of stuff like that. I want to study evolution and evolutionary psychology and evolutionary biology, and how the way we look and style and aesthetics affects how people treat us and how we perceive ourselves. I want to study more about science in general, and computers and artificial intelligence and math and optimization and you name it. Really, there's so many things to explore. I love to learn. I love to explore. I love to do projects. I love to direct and lead. And I think I can create all these different projects that really you can't do in any other business model. I'd love to start a lot of projects and have some people help me and let them sort of develop, work on the business, or not that business, work on that project independently, and I can pay them to do so with my income, so that I can bounce around on different projects and start this project, oversee this, and be able to do all these things that you can't do if you work a regular career and you've only got, weekends and whatever other spare time to pursue these ideas and projects. So learning more about leadership, learning more about management and resource allocation, time management, those are also big things I want to look into, learn more about, think more about, read more about, because those are all massively valuable in this vision I have for this channel or whatever it will become. But that's pretty much all for now. I think I probably touched on everything I wanted to for now. Not sure what I'll catch you next. Maybe it will be a review of the book I just read. Maybe it'll be another one of these just idea dumps, recaps, future vision videos. But yeah, it's all just a learning process at this point, and I don't think it ever will stop being that. Trying to figure out and experiment with my own style, what I like, what works, what I want to pursue. Just, yeah. I hope some concept got across there, and it wasn't just all incomprehensible. I'm sure if you made it this far, you've understood at least a bit about what I've been trying to get across. But anyway, that's all for now. Talk to you guys later.